with that out of the way, let's talk about our second topic. And our second topic is actually one that you folks picked at home. I picked a little poll. In fact, let me pull up that poll so that we can kind of so we can see what was going on here. But I put this poll on my channel. What random topic would you like to hear discussed in the middle of tomorrow's podcast? Now, I am going to be putting this poll up pretty much every day. 21 people voted. Now, a few of those votes came late because the first thing you wanted me to talk about ended up being YouTube killing commentary channels. Apparently, no one was interested in Ted Cruz's Quentin Tarantino tweet, which I'm actually kind of relieved on. Some want to hear about Game Gear Minis, but at the time it took to plan the show, this, cops getting canceled, that was the number one topic. Now, because of the skewed results, we will do the other topic in tomorrow's episode. But, and I'm seeing right here, the article just went blank. It just went blank, so that is, so just to let you know, this is what's going on. It says no internet connection, but clearly there's an internet connection. There we go. So, Cops has been canceled. There will be Bad Boys no more. You know that song, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? I love that song. You know, it's kind of funny that Cops has been on so long, like, that song is kind of like permanently ingrained in my mind. Now, this is probably going to be a sensitive topic. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a sensitive topic. But just let you know where I stand. I'll get to that in a minute. So anyway, let's look at this real quick. Paramount Network has permanently pulled the plug on the long-running true crime reality show Cops amid protests worldwide following the death of George Floyd in police custody. The Viacom CBS-owned network initially pulled episodes of Cops from its schedule on Friday. Cops is not on the Paramount Network, and we don't have any current or future plans for it to return, a network spokesperson confirmed to ET, which is Entertainment Tonight, on Tuesday. Cops launched in 1989 on Fox, where it ran for 25 seasons and was often paired with another real-life crime show, America's Most Wanted. I remember that show too. In 2013, Spike TV, which would later be rebranded as Paramount Network, picked up the series after Fox canceled it. The series was set to premiere its 33rd season on Monday, but has been off the air since the beginning of the month due to protests against police brutality and systematic racism, which have continued in cities across the U.S. Cops has aired 1,100 episodes during its 31-year run. So, here's the thing. Whenever Cops does come to a streaming service, and I can guarantee you it will, at some point, there will be a wealth of episodes to watch. But here's the thing. Why did this happen? Well, we're a little murky on that one, to be perfectly honest, because the last week has just been absolutely crazy. And again, I totally support police reform. I hope the people who killed George Floyd get what they deserve. I'm in favor of all of that. I don't necessarily think I am in the corner of we should start canceling everything because it's a sensitive time. And when it comes to Cops, the reasons for the cancellation are even more bizarre. Now, you do have some people making the case that Hollywood should not be making shows or movies about cops at all. Like, hey, you know what? That's just, we don't want it for one reason or another. You shouldn't be glorifying them. Well, you either shouldn't be glorifying the cops or you shouldn't be glorifying the fact that they use brute force to catch the criminals, because is any criminal in a cop show going to just say, you got me, put them on? No, they're going to run, and there's going to be a struggle, and there's going to be a tackle, and they don't want that on the air. So, They don't think Hollywood should be doing that. You can feel whatever you want. I personally live by the belief that, hey, if you don't like something personally, don't watch it. In fact, in the age of streaming, if you don't want to watch Gone with the Wind or Die Hard or Lethal Weapon or anything, or Cops, it's easier than ever to just not watch Cops. And the reason I wanted to also talk about this is because it definitely seems like we might be overreaching, so to speak, I should say. For example, Live PD has been canceled by A&E. However, this was for a very, very different reason. And I'm not sure how I feel about this one either. This one I'm much more on the fence about. I don't think Cops should have been canceled. I think, wait a few months, see what the room temperature is, and if there's a lot of evidence that people will not watch the show, then okay, it's had a good run, let it go. Live PD was actually canceled for a very specific reason. I'm not sure I agree with this one either. A&E has canceled one of the highest rated shows on basic cable in the wake of protests over the police-related death of George Floyd. The network pulled Live PD, a reality TV show that follows cops on patrols, earlier this week, but revealed late Wednesday that the hiatus is now permanent. News of the cancellation follows reports from Monday that Live PD had filmed an incident between police and a 40-year-old black man that ultimately resulted in that man's death. Javier Ambler was stopped by police in Texas for failing to dim his headlights in March 2019 and was laser held down and tasered 4 times while a crew from Live PD filmed. Ambler died in custody. Now, this, there's one more line I want to get to, but let's talk about this for a second. So here's one of the funny things about Cops and Live PD and all these shows. This is like one of the reasons people actually find these shows absolutely hilarious. It's usually because the conflicts on screen that result in violence and a chase and a shakedown and a beat 'em up, whatever you want to call it, usually are the result of someone being pulled over for a minor thing. Like, the police see that a tail headlight is off. They turn on the lights like they're going to pull them over and they're going to give them a fix-it ticket. That's all they're going to do. And then before you know it, that car speeds away. And then the cops have to drive forward, and they chase him down. Then the guy ends up jumping out of the car. He's running. The cops get out. They tackle him to the ground. He's fighting them, and they cuff him. And it's like, what? Why are you running away? And he's like, what do you want me for? It's like, your tail light is out. And the guy's like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had done something wrong. It's like, well, now we're going to look up, and they find out the person has, like, broken parole or something like that. That's one of the humorous things about these shows. Is like, it's usually a minor thing that escalates. Now, the way this is worded, they're kind of wording it, and maybe this is the case. I don't know for sure. But they're kind of wording it that basically they pulled this guy over and they basically roughed the guy up because he had failed to dim his headlights. That probably didn't happen. I've seen enough of these shows to know that the guy probably ran, and because he ran, it escalated. That's usually what happens in this. So, but here's the thing. The guy did die in custody. Now, this is where I was a little conflicted. Because, alright, so you filmed this guy's death. And I don't know if that's worth canceling, because if anything, this might have been a good thing. Like, okay, this guy died at the hands of police brutality, and you have it on film. So there is actual evidence that you can lock these police officers away because they went above and beyond the call of duty and used brute force to kill this guy over failing to dim his headlights, although, again, I think there was probably an element of the guy trying to escape. That's usually how it works. But then this next sentence hit. And this was where I believe the decision really came to cancel the show. Footage of the encounter never aired and was destroyed. That, I believe, is why A&E decided to cancel Live PD, because it's a liability now. A crime was witnessed, it's on film. If anything, it is the show's producers at this point to provide that footage to other law enforcement so that disciplinary action can be taken, and they destroyed the footage. And that's bad. So the network said in a statement, "This is a critical time in our nation's history, and we have made the decision to cease production on Live PD. Going forward, we will determine if there is a clear pathway to tell the stories of both the community and the police officers whose role it is to serve them. And with that, we will be meeting with community and civil rights leaders as well as police departments." So what this statement says, just to let you know, they want to continue making cop shows. They absolutely do. And why wouldn't they? They're cheap to make, and people watch them. It's like a license to print money. But right now, it's a tense time, and they got caught in a particularly bad situation where one of the arrests they filmed resulted in a death, and it does not appear that they took that footage to, officers or law enforcement to, try to have due process and justice, and they just destroyed the footage, and that is not a situation that A&E could get behind. Now, on a final note, where we probably are overreaching is, I don't think we need to go after Paw Patrol. We don't need to go after Paw Patrol. Do you know what Paw Patrol is? Let me look up Paw Patrol real quick. I thought they had a screenshot in there, but apparently they don't. So let's just open this and look right here. This is Paw Patrol. It's on Nickelodeon. Not even Nickelodeon, on Nick Jr., for God's sakes. And people are... Oh, see, there's a picture. Because the backlash is mounting against depictions of good cops on television and in the street. So, this article says, it was only a matter of time before the protest came for Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol is a children's cartoon about a squad of canine helpers. It is basically a pretense for placing household pets in a variety of cool trucks. The team includes Marshall, a firefighting Dalmatian, Rubble, a bulldog construction worker. Why is the Dalmatian always the firefighter? That is stereotyping. I kid, of course. Anyway, and Chase, a German shepherd who is also a cop. Oh, more stereotyping. Lovely. In the world of Paw Patrol, Chase is drawn to be a very good boy who barks stuff like, "Chase is on the case," and "all in a police pup's day," as he rescues kittens in his tricked-out SUV. Now, this is a long article, but here's what I thought was kind of interesting. Because on Twitter it was pointed out that Paw Patrol getting canceled was supposed to be a joke. But the longer you read the tweets, the more you realize it kind of didn't become a joke. And as they write here, it's a joke, but it's also not. As the protests against racist police violence enter their third week, the charges are mounting against fictional cops too. Even big-hearted police dogs, or maybe especially big-hearted cartoon police dogs, are on notice. So, here's the thing. My opinion on all of this is this potentially being canceled, it's not canceled yet, is totally stupid. Don't need to do it. This was jumping the gun. I understand it. I can understand why they're feeling like, maybe no one's in the mood for a cops show right now. But I think they might have wanted to wait at least a few more weeks to see what the room temperature was. Also, I do believe Cops will be back. It's too iconic for no one to want it. That's the kind of show that can help a struggling network. And for this one, this Live PD canceled, that was way, way more justified because it involved a situation where I do not believe proper protocol was followed. Now, does this mean we are never going to have a cop show again? No. I don't think you're going to be canceling Law and Order. You're not going to stop the Die Hard movies. I think people are just sensitive, and we all need to take a deep breath and calm down. When some of these shows start coming back, people will be upset. And from my perspective, you are allowed to be upset that these shows are coming back. You don't have to like the fact that they're coming back. However, when they come back, it's pretty easy to avoid them. That's my thoughts anyway. But anyway, I would like to know what your thoughts are. And boy, almost no one's commenting on this one. Interesting. So anyway, I'd like to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly.